Hey guys, I'm just Jershin. Welcome back to Season 4 of PokeMarch Madness, semi-finale, Generation 8. In previous years, this would have been the finale, but they added Gen 9 last year, so we have one extra bracket to do this year, which is something I didn't think about. Every year that we do PokeMarch Madness, well, like every 3 years, because that's about how long it takes for them to release a new generation, is going to be harder and harder to get all of these videos finished within the month of March, and we're already cutting this one pretty close. I'm recording this on the 28th. I'm gonna try to record Gen 9 right after this, and then I'm gonna have to remember how to edit to try to get these out in time. But we're gonna do our best. If it spills into April, it spills into April. If you have no idea what's happening, typically I'd be like, why the heck are you starting a series in Generation 8 when Generation 1 exists? But so far, every video that I've done, I must have found my niche. I'm tapping into the YouTube algorithm. Every episode that comes out does slightly better than the last one. So I should go ahead and say, go back to Gen 1 for the rules. We're playing Pokemon Smash or Pass, but in bracket style. It's uncomfortable, but it's also kind of fun, as long as you don't think about the fact that everything that I say is gonna live on the internet forever, unless I click delete channel, which I may do. Hey, let's go ahead and get started. We'll do the entire left side, the entire right side, and by the end of today, you will know who the most smashable Pokemon in the Galar region is. And I will be sipping on the nice, oh, it's so bright. I will be sipping on the nice, delectable taste of Dr. Pepper, not a sponsor. The one fans deserve. They probably would, if they were gonna sponsor me, and I drink enough Diet Dr. Pepper that they should, if they were gonna sponsor me, it would not be this series. Okay, anyway, let's get started. Let's go. Okay, to start, we have Stonjourner, aka Stonejourner, aka probably one of those two pronunciations was at least close, versus... Here's the problem. The more recent the Pokemon generation, the less likely I know all of the Pokemon's names, so you're gonna have to forgive me here. This is the pre-evolution of Eldegoss, whose name may or may not start with an F. I cannot remember. This is just a pile of rocks, so we are gonna go with this Pokemon whose name I don't know. Okay, next we have Kubfu versus Sobble. It's not great either way. I can't do my boy Sobble like that. I'm gonna have to go with Kubfu here. Oh God. We have Choodle versus Arrokuda. Dun, 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 dun. Is that the right song? I think that's Barracuda by heart. This thing is like, its jaw is like a bear trap or something like that. Maybe that's its ability. Maybe that's Dreadnaught's ability is bear trap. I can't. This thing, it looks like it was built to circumcise. We're gonna go with Arrokuda here. Oh, I just saw Basque Legion, so important to note, we will have Pokemon Legends Arceus Pokemons here as well, because they're technically Gen 8, even though it takes place like a billion years ago. It's hard to organize all these things. Okay, Blipbug versus Duraludon. He do got a nice bow tie. That helped Rowlet in Gen 7, spoiler alert. And this man is just a giant thing made of steel. He does have the Gigantamax form, which is literally just a skyscraper. You know, I briefly wanted to be an architect. Is it because I wanted to make love to the buildings? No, but I respect it nonetheless. We're going with Duraludon. Oh God, it's time to tell the Obstagoon story. I've told this story 1,000 times. You can forward 30 seconds if you've heard it before. When Pokemon Sword and Shield were first being marketed, they weren't released yet. It was like the summer leading up to it. They had just teased Galarian, Zigzagoon, Linoon, and Obstagoon in one of their promo teasers. And silly me wanting to see more of them was like, I'll go to twitter.com to see if anybody has any information about this thing's ability or type or whatever. Typed in Obstagoon into the search bar. Very wholesome, very simple. Not looking for anything crazy. The very first result on the page was Obstagoon absolutely given the business to a Wooloo. I cannot look at either of those two Pokemon the same ever since. I am gonna pick them though, but like not because I liked that picture that I saw, I disliked it severely, but I can still picture it to this day. Okay, we've got the mythical whose name I always forget. Are you Zarude? I think you're Zarude. Any of the mythicals that end up like never appearing in the games themselves, I just always forget about, but I think you're Zarude, you're like dark grass or something. Versus the evolution of Kubfu, which is Urshifu, I think, but there's two forms and I don't really, look, the DLC was a little bit of a blur. This man is buff. We're gonna go with Urshifu. Little teapot elephant versus a literal bird. 8 generations in, you know what I've learned over the course of this? I'm into birds. Is there like a subset? Like there's furries and then there's scalies, which are like furries that like lizards. Is there a bird subset like aviaries or featheries or wingies? Okay, we've got I wasn't laughing at you, Ursaluna, although your face is a little derpy. I was laughing at my boy Snom, who do got a mouth like a butt. Yeah, he got too much teeth. I'm going with Snom. We have Graplocked versus Gastrier, I think your name is. Again, the DLC is a little hard to remember sometimes. This is my favorite of the two horror. I like the ice one better than the ghost one. Kind of want to wrestle with an octopus though. We're going with a Graplocked. We have Berserker versus a literal pile of coal. I'm gonna go with Berserker over the coal, I'm sorry. Oh God, it's the other half of the image. We have Wooloo. Innocent Wooloo didn't ask for anything. Some psycho on the internet said, you know what? You will be Obstagoon's plaything today. Versus Sandaconda, who shoots sand out of his nose. We don't like sand. We've talked about this. I'm going with Wooloo. I really hope that Wooloo and Obstagoon do not meet up later in the rounds, or I'm gonna have to cancel this video. We're gonna go with Cinderace here. Again, one of them's literally just a pile of coal. We're gonna go with Indeedee. Do not have any interest in stuff in those cheeks, although that was the first shiny Pokemon I found in the Galar region, so holds a nice place in my heart. Oh, Nightmare. Mr. Rhyme versus Reggie Drago. I do love this Reggie. The Charizard skull is sick. It's also very sharp. And at least this is just a man with wings coming out of his ears for some reason. Oh God. We got Yamper and we have, I know your name. Raboot? That doesn't sound right. Is your name Raboot? I think he's kind of sick. He's got like the hoodie pockets. He's got like the, oh, my boy Yeti lives in the UK. He told me what this is called. It's like a snarf, a zoom, a kloob. It's got a weird British name, a snoot. Snood. I think it's a snood. I'm 90% sure it's a snood. I'd like to see him snood. Okay, next. Sorry, should not. Sometimes I say things that we should not say. Okay, we've got, your name is like Floragami or something like that. It definitely starts with Flor. I have to know. Gossifleur, basically the same thing. Gossifleur versus Nickit Knight, George Lopez, the Nanny, Fran Drescher. Oh, no. We're not voting on Fran Drescher here. We're voting on the Pokemon. We're going with Gossifleur. I hate this thing's head is a nightmare. We're going with Cub Fu here. It's a fish and a dead fish. One fish, two fish, dead fish, blue fish. I would like to get blue by this fish. I don't know why. We're going with it. We have Thievul versus Ice-Cube. Ice-Cube's pretty adorable. He's got like the Robin Hood thing going on though. We're gonna go with Thievul. We have an even larger pile of coal. I mean, this thing has to be like 15,000 degrees, right? Yo, this is a great matchup. Do you think, can coal fuel melt steel beams? I don't think so. Inside job. We're going with, sorry, I'm just trying to get these videos canceled so I can stop uploading. We have Arctivish, I think is your name. The fossils are a little confusing for me because they're just mismatches. Versus Sinistea. I don't really want to drink that. We're going with the fish with his head upside down. Two boys with their tongues hanging down. We're gonna go with Obstagoon. Obstagoon was using his tongue in the image I saw. We have Thwacky, which that's a name I love. Great name. Versus Urshifu. We're gonna go with Urshifu, big fighter boy. Oh, my boy. Look. I love the birds. I love ducks. We're going with Sirfetch'd here. What a wonderful evolution. Okay, we have the Doomsday Pokemon, the Pokemon who will bring the end of the world versus a little grub with a butt for a nose. We're going with the butt. This thing freaks me out. It's like a ghostly husk, also known as a Gusly. We're gonna go with Graplocked. I'm gonna go with Boltund, because this guy's a little sharp for me. Oh, Wooloo. Unfortunately, Wooloo like does perfectly fit my archetype. He's round and soft and fluffy. Maybe the artist made the great choice. We're going with Wooloo. Sorry, guest. I don't know what, Spectrier? That sounds right. We've got the male, this is the male form, but there's a female form as well. And we are gonna go with Indeedee here. It's just a snake. It's just a snake that still shoots sand. So congrats, Mr. Rhyme. You're gonna go to the next round. I mean, that's just delicious ice cream / frosting. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. Okay, Gossifleur's gonna win. I think this should be pretty quick this round. Thievul's gonna win. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Fish. You're welcome, Mr. Fish. We're gonna go with Arctivish here. Okay. I've never seen any fan art of Urshifu, but that does not mean it doesn't exist. I would in fact put a lot of money that it does exist. But is there a Wooloo involved? These Pokemon are remarkably similar. Not a big Kiss fan, never a big Gene Simmons fan. They got a couple bangers. We're gonna go with Samurai Boy. We're gonna go with Urshifu here. I'm scared of how he would use his leak. Just being honest with you, I gotta analyze every situation. I'm going with Snom, and I don't know why. I'm going with Graplocked, and I do know why, but I'm not gonna tell you. And we're gonna go with Indeedee here. Okay, the matchup has been broken up. That fan art can now cease to exist. And we're gonna go with the Pokemon whose name I can't remember, but it's like a big pile of frosting. We're gonna go with Thievul here. He's got boots. We like the boots with the fur. The fur. I don't know if the whole club is looking at her, but I am. We're gonna go with Urshifu here. It's actually got hands. We appreciate that. I'm sorry, Snom, you are gonna lose to Graplocked. Milcery and Alchemy. I think your name is Alchemy because it sounds like alchemy. There's like so many colors of this one. We could taste the rainbow if we wanted to. Yeah, let's do that. We're going with Alchemy. Two well-dressed gentlemen. Gotta tell ya. I'm gonna go with Urshifu purely for the quads. Been trying to do some squats myself. I hope I can get to that level someday. I'm not a huge calamari fan. I've only had it a couple of times. I do have quite the sweet tooth. I'm gonna go with Alchemy here. And our matchup on the left side is going to be Urshifu and Alchemy. You notice these strawberries kind of look like something? Hair bun. They look like hair buns. That's what it is. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. That's what they look like. The two round circles with the red spots on each of them. Yes, it looks like hair buns. Alchemy, you're gonna win the left side. Congratulations. I can't do Rookie D like that. We're gonna have to choose Squovet here. Oh God. We have Alien Life Form, Orbeetle versus Galarian, not Galarian Weavile. You have your own name. It's like Sneasler or something. Man, I hate this Pokemon. They stretched him too much. They put him in the taffy machine for just a little bit too long. A little too tall for me personally. I'm getting abducted. I hate that thing too. Oh God, I forgot you existed. No. Not more Pico. And Scorbunny. I don't feel great about either of these, but we're gonna choose more Pico because I relate to the hangry thing. All right, easiest choice of my life. Even though this is not the full form of this Pokemon, you can see his tiny little body inside. He's actually like a tiny little alien, and this is just like Rapunzel's hair. What is your name? Like Hatterene? Hatterena? Hatena? One of those three. We're gonna go with you. Okay, I'm going with Rillaboom here. We are gonna go with my boy Rillaboom, mostly so I don't have to remember the name of the other one because I don't know it. We're going with Inteleon here. Didn't love the design initially, was pretty upset. It's actually grown on me quite a bit, and I love my James Bond spy lizard. He do got a mustache. He's looking kind of fierce. We're going with Corviknight. Corviknight's sick. We're gonna go with Centiskorch here. He's looking kind of sick. Oh, this is a brutal matchup. Both of these Pokemon were on my first ever team, and I love them both. I didn't build my first Pokemon Sword and Shield team based on Smashability. I gotta go with Frostmoth. It's just too darn elegant. Double versus, I can't really recognize you, I'm gonna be honest, without your sword and or shield on your head. So you are either Zacian or Zamazenta, and you're gonna win. Congratulations. We have Wurdeer. I mean, Dracovish is a nightmare. His body is like severed in half at the bottom, and he's got a fish head. We're gonna go with the actual like thing that should exist. Oh God. Dreadnought and Grookey. I literally said Dreadnought has a mouth like a bear trap, and that's still true. I can't choose Grookey. He looks like he trusts me. I cannot betray that trust. I'm going with Dreadnought. Oh, baby. Okay, you're Zamazenta because I actually do see the shield. So the first one's Zacian. I'm actually going to go Appleton here, dude. I'm a sucker for an apple pie. I got quite the sweet tooth. Okay, we've got Angsty, water balloon throwing. What's your name? Like Sobble, Weepamander? What the heck is your name? Something with crying versus Sinistea. You know what? I will drink this tea. Little cup, no thank you. Full teapot, chug chug. Or glug glug. It's too spiky. Oh, they're both so spiky. Oh my gosh, these would both hurt so bad. It can't be Overquill though. I hate that Pokemon. It's a nightmare. He's horrifying. We're gonna go with Barraskewda. And oh, poor Arctozolt, little drippy boy, and Morgrem. We're gonna go with Morgrem. I went through an angsty emo middle school phase. Put up the picture of my long hair. Don't actually, it's embarrassing. We're gonna go with Squovet here. Easy peasy Squovet in my opinion. I'm gonna stick with the alien, I think, strangely. I have to go with Enamorous, even though I dislike this thing significantly. He's got another form that it's a turtle. Does the turtle help? No. No, it does not, but we're gonna choose this thing nonetheless. We're gonna choose Hatterene. I'm not trying to get cleaved in half. Another butt for a mouth. What were they doing in this generation? I'm still sticking with Rillaboom. He's got spikes. Snom, butt for mouth, soft. This thing, butt for mouth, full of spikes. We are gonna stick with Inteleon here. We're gonna stick with Corviknight. We're gonna do Grimmsnarl. We like a hairy boy. This is tough, dude. This section here is full of oops all bangers, not literally, except for this bracket, literally. This is a nice matchup, but I'm gonna go with Frostmoth. My boy Flapple, I love him, but he's too derpy. I don't love you that way. We're gonna go with Zacian. We're gonna go with Wordeer because that's just a party hat. Bring the whole party? Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, all 5 Phalanx. Yeah, you know what? Get the bear trap out of here. I'm going with Phalanx. He's giving me the side eye. The side eye is very powerful, I have learned over the course of 8 generations. I don't like, same thing with Kangaskhan here. I don't like the children being present for this, so I'm gonna go with Appleton. This is just pure electricity, so I'm gonna go with Sinistea, which is not your name. Your name's Poltergeist, but it's okay. That doesn't really matter. This is pretty rough either way, but we're gonna go with Runerigus, and I'm gonna go with Morgrem. I'm gonna save the little plop of milk. Give me Squovit. He looks softer. Enamorous, get the heck out of here. Even though this thing's got a freaky little body, we're going with Hatterene. Much like me choosing my starter, move over Rillaboom, we're going with Inteleon. We're gonna go with Grimmsnarl here. Sorry to the bird lovers, aka myself. We're gonna go with Frostmoth. Why is this difficult? Feels as if this should not be difficult. Old bearded man, give me all 5. Give me Phalanx. You know what? Give me Appleton. Congratulations. And give me Morgrem. Okay, back to the top. Squovit and Hatterene. It's gotta be Hatterene. I'm sorry, Squovit. You are nice and soft and squishy, but I can't do it. It's a lizard and a demon. You know what? He's got some freaky teeth. Inteleon might also have some teeth. I haven't seen the inside of his mouth. Maybe I will shortly. We're gonna go with Frostmoth and the elegant eyelashes. We're gonna go with Appleton. Okay, final 4. I wish I didn't know about the tiny body inside. It makes it seem like it's like 3 children stacked on top of each other on a trench coat. I'm now extremely nervous about that prospect. We're going with Inteleon. Frostmoth is more beautiful. Appleton is more delicious. Can you eat? I think in the Pokedex entry, it says you can eat an Appleton. I've referenced a lot of Pokedex entries over this PokeMarch Madness this year. I've been wrong every time. I'm pretty sure you can eat Appleton. Its body is covered in a sweet nectar and the skin on its back is especially yummy. Children used to have it as a snack. The whole thing or just the skin? They're just eating the skin? Like they're just peeling off the crust? Does it come back like a lizard's tail? I gotta know. We're choosing it. And in the battle of Inteleon versus Appleton, now I'm just thinking of the scene from American Pie. Maybe he was onto something. We're going with Appleton here. Pretend the bracket is instead called which Generation 8 Pokemon is the most eatable? Because we are down to Alchemy, who is made of frosting, and Appleton, who is made of apple pie. If I could combine these both into a singular experience, I would. Maybe eventually in Pokemon Infinite Fusion, they'll have these 2 together and you can have a little pie a la mode. But for now, if I only have to choose one, bye, Miss American Pie, put my... We're going with Appleton. Why? I don't freaking know, man. I'm off my rocker. We're on the 8th one of these. I'm losing all common sense and rationality. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you very upset that I chose your favorite Pokemon, Appleton, as the most smashable Pokemon in Gen 8? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna leave a link to this there as well. Not in the comments, in the description. You can click it, you can go there, you can fill it out yourself. You can send it to me on Twitter. I will also link to our boy NSL and our boy Yeetus in the comments, and by that I mean description down below. They're gonna be filling out these brackets as well, maybe. But with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for the finale, Generation 9. Let's get this freaking thing done with.